When we go through a rocky patch in our marriage, especially if it's a prolonged rocky patch in our marriage, it's so very easy to want to just throw in the towel, right? Maybe you're at that point right now and you're thinking, well, I'm sure God's okay with divorce because look at my situation. It seems so hopeless and I'm just so tired of working on this marriage and dealing with this husband, right? Well, let me share a couple of thoughts with you because divorce is so traumatic, especially if you have children. It's so traumatic for children. I have gone through a divorce after 18 years in marriage, and I know firsthand how very difficult it is for children. It's like there's been a death in the family. Well, there has been a death of the family unit, and it is so difficult to find healing from that. Not impossible, but so very difficult. So that's one good reason to really try a couple of things here that I want to suggest before you throw in the towel. What about seeking outside counsel from a professional, licensed Christian therapist, a marriage counselor? That could save your marriage. Are you too proud to go to a counselor? Come on. Don't throw in the towel before you actually sought out marriage counseling and perhaps done 8 or 10 or 12 sessions to see if you can make some headway on some of those issues. Number 2, pray. Pray that God would change your husband's heart if he's out of line in some way. Pray that God would change your heart. Pray, seeking God fervently, earnestly in prayer, because prayer can move mountains. And then thirdly, if you've been a conflict avoider, like I was in my first marriage, I'm still a recovering conflict avoider, decide to courageously address the issues that are causing you to resent your husband, to be so upset with your husband, to be so frustrated. Courageously address those issues. You might even have to draw boundaries, but you can do so lovingly, respectfully, but firmly. Perhaps this is what you need to do in order to save your marriage, and instead of just throwing in the towel too quickly. And I want to share one other thought with you. People are watching how you are dealing with this stressful situation, with this serious challenge in your marriage. Maybe the neighbors don't know, maybe they do because they've heard yelling voices, but I bet you your kids, if you have children in the home, have noticed that things are not going so well between mom and dad, and they're watching you. How is mom going to handle this? She says she's a Christian. She says she believes in God. She says that she loves God, and they're watching to see how you're handling this. Wow, what a great opportunity to be a great reflection of God, to press in, to just hold on to God with everything you've got, to come to God in prayer day after day, to dig in with your faith, to do everything you can to follow God's instructions throughout the Bible in terms of how to deal with difficult situations, how to respect your husband even when it's a challenging situation to do so. I mean, you are a witness to your children. Let me just leave you with this verse, something to chew on from Hebrews 12, starting in verse 1. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us also lay aside every weight and sin which clings so closely, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us. Let us run the race with endurance because there is a cloud of witnesses watching us.